Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Dear students, see, till now we have studied sources of owned capital, that is shares. In shares we saw equity shares, features of equity shares, then we are done with preference shares, its meaning, features and types. In today's lecture, we are going to see retained earnings. Okay, see, we have already seen it in brief when we were doing sources of owned capital under capital structure. See, what are retained earnings? It is an internal source of financing. It is nothing but plowing back of profit. This is what we saw when we were doing capital structure. Today we are going to see it in detail. Retained earnings, its meanings. See, business organizations are subject to variations in earnings. Business organizations are subject to variations in earning. What is variations in earnings? Modification, change, alteration. The best simple is fluctuation. Okay, that means it's not fixed that the company is going to earn a fixed amount or a fixed profit every year. There is fluctuation, there is change. Okay, there is a difference in the first year and the second year. It is what it said here. Business organizations are subject to variations in earnings. It would be a wise decision to keep aside a part of earning during a period of high profit. When the company is earning a huge profit, it is a wise decision. Okay, it is a good decision to keep aside some amount for any future purpose, that is for reinvesting or for any other emergencies. So yes, it is a wise decision to keep aside a part of earning when there is high profit. A prudent company does not distribute the entire profit earned among the shareholders. What is prudent? It's an advisable. A wise company, I can say, a wise company does not distribute the entire profit earned among the shareholders. It means that when there is a profit, after clearing all the dues, a company is not going to pay dividend whole the amount. A company is not going to distribute it as dividend. Company will pay dividend to preference shareholders. Company will pay dividend to equity shareholders, and still it's a wise decision of a company to keep aside some amount for future purpose as reserve. See, a part of profit is retained, kept back by company in the form of reserve fund. See, when you do balance sheet in your accounting, you see it as on the liability side you have got share capital and then you have got reserve and surplus. This reserve and surplus is nothing but the profit that is retained by the company. Okay, certain part is kept aside as reserve and surplus. These reserves are the retained earnings of the company. That is, those earnings which is kept aside is the retained earnings of the company. These reserves are the retained earnings of the company. See, the sum total of retained earnings gets accumulated over the years. See, we did this word accumulation, accumulating when we were doing the types of preference shares. Okay, see, the sum total of retained earnings gets accumulated, collected over the years. These accumulated profits are reinvested in the business rather than distributed as dividend. See, the kept aside money, the company when keeps certain amount as reserves and surplus, the company uses this amount to reinvest it in the business rather than distributing as dividend. So can I say the process of accumulating corporate profits and their utilization in business is called retained earnings. Okay, the process of accumulating corporate profits and their utilization in the business is called retained earnings. That means when the company keeps aside a part of profit and then when company utilizes that amount, that is for diversification or for expansion again in the company, these earnings are known as retained earnings. Now see, to accumulate is to collect or to gather. Now, in simple words, a part of net profit which is not distributed to the shareholders are, as dividend is retained by the company in form of reserve fund. See, now in general, what is retained earnings we are going to see now. A part of net profit which is not distributed to the shareholders as dividend is retained by company, is kept aside by company in the form of reserve fund. Company converts its reserves into bonus share capital and capitalizes its profit. This part is very important. Now pay attention. Company converts its reserves into bonus share capital and capitalizes its profit. Now see, bonus issue. Who gets the right to get this bonus issue? Equity shareholders. So that means that when the company wants, see, there is a huge reserve, okay? There is a huge reserve fund collected by the company. Now company wants to take this money back in the form of capital. So what company will do? Company will issue bonus shares to the equity shareholders. So thereby, when the equity shareholders will get those bonus shares, indirectly company is going to increase the capital of the company. Company is going to capitalize its profit. That means those profits which were kept aside now will be reinvested in the business, and these profits will be now known as capital of the company. Why? Because shares are issued to the equity shareholders. So these profits will be converted into the capital of the company, that is, will get reinvested in the company, and to do this process company will issue bonus shares. So can I say this is nothing but bonus share capital? These reserves will be bonus share capital and company will capitalize these profits. See, capitalization of reserves through bonus shares. To capitalize profit of the company and to provide additional shares given to the current shareholders without any additional cost on the proportionate basis of shares holded by the member of the company. See, we have already seen when we were doing features, and in that bonus issue, at that time company is going to issue bonus shares free of cost to the existing equity shareholders in the proportion to the shares held by them. See, this capitalization of profit by issue of bonus shares is known as ploughing back of profit or self-financing. Now see, what is self-financing and ploughing back of profit? Self-financing, the word self it says by itself, right? So now self-financing means company is going to finance by its own profit, its own reserves and funds. So now self-financing means company is going to get those reserves back in the form of capital. This capitalization of profits by issue of bonus shares is known as ploughing back of profit. I am going to get this profit back in the company in form of capital, or I can say self-financing. That is, I wanted capital to expand my business. So I am going to get this capital by myself, that is by my reserves and funds. So it is known as self-financing. Now see, we have already seen bonus shares are issued free of cost to the existing equity shareholders out of the retained earnings, those earnings which were kept aside when company was having huge profit. Now these are certain important points which you are supposed to remember in regards to retained earnings. The management can convert retained earnings into permanent share capital by issuing bonus shares. Just now we did. It is an important source of raising long-term capital. By issuing bonus shares, company is going to have capital for a longer period of time, that is till the company gets liquidated or the company is going to get wind up. Third one, it is simple and cheapest method of raising finance. Company has to do nothing. It is the cheapest method. Company is just supposed to issue few bonus shares, and by that time company is going to get the capital. Fourth one, it is used by established companies. Now most important point, it is used by established company. If the company is doing well, company is well established, company earns huge profit, under these conditions only company is going to keep aside profit as in reserves. So can I say company is going to do this when the company is established. And the fifth one is it is an internal source of finance. Company has kept reserve aside. It's company's own money. So yes, it is an internal source of finance. Now we are going to see determinants of retained earnings. What are determinants? Determinants are nothing but the factors, or I can say the deciding factors or the deciding conditions, or what is the cause of retained earnings. The very first one is total earnings of the company. Now what decides company's retained earning? What are the factors that affects company's retained earnings? The very first one is total earnings of the company. If there is ample profit, if there is enough profit, company can save and retain some part of profit. More the earnings, a company can save more. Now first of all, to create retained earnings, to create reserves, it's very important for a company to earn huge profit. When the company will work properly, when company will earn huge profit, at that time only company is in position to keep aside some money as a reserve. At that time only retained earnings can be created. Now secondly, attitude of top management also determines the amount of retained earnings. Now attitude of top management, it means that, now see here, the board of directors, top level management, their attitude will determine. If the top level management has planned to increase the business, to expand their business, to diversify in certain fields, at that time the top level management will give dividend at lesser rate, or will pay dividend in less amount, and more amount will be kept aside as a reserve. Why? To increase in the capital of the company. So can I say attitude of top management also determines the amount of retained earnings. If they have certain plans in their minds to increase the business, retained earnings will be more and dividend will be less. Okay. The second point you have got as taxation policy. Very important. See, the taxation policy of government is also an important determinant of corporate savings. Taxation policy of the government. Now let's say the tax rate in 2019 was 30%. That means company compulsorily has to pay 30% tax to the government. In 2020, the tax rate is 25%. So now can I say I have got tax saving in 2020 of 5%. That means now this 5% I can keep aside, this amount I can keep aside as retained earnings, right? So my taxation policy, that is the taxation policy of the government, is also an important determinant of corporate savings. What if in coming year 2020-21 the government says the tax rate is 35%. Will company be in position to save huge amount? No, the company has to pay it in the form of tax. So yes, if the taxes levied are at high rates, company cannot save much of the profits in the form of reserves. If the company has to pay the amount to the government in the form of tax, company will not be in the position to retain it back in the company in the form of reserves. So taxation policies again plays an important role in determining retained earnings of the company. The third one you have got as dividend policy. Dividend policy. Now see here, it is a policy of board of directors in regards to the distribution of profit. A conservative dividend policy is needed for having good accumulation of profit. A conservative dividend policy. What is conservative? It means safe, or the other words for conservative is traditional or old fashioned. That means when company doesn't pays off all the amount as dividend, but the companies keep aside, the company keeps aside for future needs. A conservative dividend policy is needed for having good accumulation of profit. but this policy affects shareholders as they get dividend at lower rate. See, this could be understood by this diagram. See, the net income of the company you say is for this year is 10,000. Now retained earning is 8,000 and dividend distributed by the shareholder is 2,000. So can I say company is following conservative dividend policy? That means company is giving dividend but is giving dividend as at lower rate, at some amount, a lesser amount, and keeping aside more amount as retained earnings. So yes, the dividend policy of the company also determines retained earnings of the company. The fourth one you have got is government control. A government is regulatory body of economic system of the country. We all know. Its policies, rules and regulations ensures that the companies work as per its regulation. Now see, to safeguard the interest of the general public, there are certain rules and regulations which is laid down by the government in regards with the, giving dividend and keeping some amount as retained earnings. Company has to formulate its dividend policy in accordance with the rules and regulations framed by the government. Now company has given certain rules and regulations to safeguard the interest of general public. So for this purpose, company has laid down certain rules and regulation in accordance to form the dividend policy of the company. So company is bound to follow all these rules and regulations. So this is why the government tries to safeguard the interest. So can I say when the company is going to follow all these rules and regulations, so company at times may be in position to keep aside as retained earnings, or company may not be in the position to keep aside the amount as retained earnings. Here we are done with retained earnings, the determinants of retained earnings. A short assignment is here, and that's all for today class. Thank you.